Moving on, we now have our next session, a town hall on the topic, boosting innovation efforts with the power of digitization. This town hall will see two global CXOs from two diverse sectors share how they are reimagining the innovation agenda using digital capabilities. Our speakers for this session are Cindy L. Hoots, CDO and CIO AstraZeneca, and Karl Weiss, Vice President and CTO Caterpillar. Chairing this session is Sandeep Sharma, Senior Vice President and Country Manager, RealPage. Sandeep has 23 years of rich management experience, all through in technology operations, new initiative management, transformational large deals, business and sales operations, account management, delivery and business development in products, services, and solutions selling for mature and emerging markets. Pleasure to have you all here with us this evening. Over to you, Sandeep. The floor is all yours.
We heard from Cindy about the customer-centric mindset on innovation and digitalization. Let me welcome our second guest for today, Karl Weiss, CTO and VP at Caterpillar. The youngest amongst 11, born in a dairy farm in Indiana. As I call him, the son of the soil. Spent 30 plus years in Caterpillar, has seen multiple generations of technology. It's great to have you, Karl. Welcome.
Thank you, Sandeep. Good to be here.
All right, we'll dive into our session, make the most of the 15 minutes we have with Karl. Karl, the first thing which comes to my mind is being in an organization for 30 plus years, you've seen pretty much the evolution of the changes in customer desires, the change in customer attitude. You've seen the change in technology, the way digital has itself evolved. Talk to us about how that journey has been for you from an analyst to a CTO and with that landscape of digital. And also slightly touch upon how it has changed post this new normal and the pandemic. Has it really changed? You know, we don't see the why changing, but definitely the how changing. So if you could talk through that, that would be great.
That's great. That's a broad topic. To say that technology landscape has changed dramatically in the course of my career would be an understatement. But I would also say that the why, as you said, hasn't changed. We've always worked to help our customers succeed. And really through digitization, we're better able to understand our customers' needs and to respond. And so in improved technology, we've really helped our customers work smarter by using advanced analytics, big data. We help our customers manage and monitor their assets, whether they own cat products or a fleet of hundreds of mixed fleet products. So these technologies really focus on telematics. We connect the assets to our customers and give them real-time data so they can do a better job of managing their business. And it also helps us manage our business better by being smarter about how our products are used, how to better improve them over time so that we can serve those customer needs best. So we've always been focused on the customer, but now with these tools, we can operate faster, we get deeper insights, and we're able to help them in ways that just weren't possible. Just an example real quick. I was just at a mine site in Australia where I met a customer, an operator who had operated our equipment for 35, 40 years, and he was going to retire. But as we put him in a remote station where he was able to operate 3 dozers at one time from a comfortable seat in a trailer close to the site, he extended his working years. He decided not to retire. He enjoyed his work. It wasn't hard on his body anymore. So it's just an example of bringing the technology to life for our customers. And then maybe I'll just finish by talking about the pandemic or post-pandemic work environment. I'm hoping to get to post-pandemic soon, but I think it really forced us to be able to collaborate digitally in a more effective way, which is opening up global collaboration even further than it was. It kind of gave us a step up in our skill level at collaborating remotely, which is enabling us to do more global projects together. So it did benefit us already in that space.
Yeah, I think, Karl, you make an interesting point that it is really accelerated actually the co-creation in some which ways. The other thing which we speak about today, Karl, is the fact that we are living in a distributed world. I take this example that we've had 1,500 people in one center to now 1,500 centers digitally. And if you look at, say, a bank which had, retail and corporate, today it's customer-led, a customer journey-led transformation. And somewhere I've heard about, Caterpillar's focus on customer and customer journey-led transformation. So if you could just talk to us about how you are bringing this distributed world much closer, and also touching upon India and what does India do as a center, as an R&D center and a hub for innovation?
Yeah, great question. I think one of the important elements of a distributed workforce and a global workforce is having sharing a framework for how we develop product, develop technology. In Caterpillar, we have a process called our NPI process, or new product introduction process. It's a well-documented process. It's a process that is used consistently across the world. And so all of our employees can take faith in knowing, okay, this is my part in that process. This is how it's working. Here's where we're at. Here's where we're going next. And that common framework really allows people from all over the world to collaborate successfully on the same program. So that, combined with leveraging the latest tools, really, and our know-how that we've learned during the pandemic, I think have really accelerated that. So Caterpillar's product development is a truly global, around-the-clock process, and work that starts in the morning somewhere, finishes, continues then through the night because of the potential and the ability to hand off that work and to work on common projects together. In my division, we have engineers around the world, and we lead research and development in India, in the United States, in China, in different parts of the world. And our ability to collaborate has accelerated our work, but also has enriched our knowledge base. 20 years ago, our India team were support to projects that were happening around the world. Now they're leading many of our projects because they've built that expertise. We've developed the technology to allow better collaboration. And so we are getting even better results, not only because we have experienced and talented people in India, but because they also know their customer base, which helps us from a global perspective as we try to win customers in India.
Awesome. I think over a period of time, some of the nuances of the industry has been picked up by the offshore centers like India, accelerating that. Slightly digressing, Karl, one of the things which I've read most about Caterpillar is sustainability. I think, your India center itself, reviving a lake in Hosur, was a great example. But I wanted to touch upon the other side of it, which was your partnership with NMG, a mining customer in Canada, and the fact that you have zero emission vehicles. Talk to us about your journey around innovation and sustainability.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the opportunity to do that. Yeah, we're excited about our partnership with Nouveau Monde Graphite NMG. We are here to support our customers through this transition of energy. You know, for, I don't know, 90 years, we've built diesel engines and helped our customers do wonderful things around the world with those machines and with the power from those engines. And we will have them for some time to come, but we now have the technology, as you well know, to move toward an electrified world, a zero emissions world, and we are taking our customers through that journey. And we think it's very important that we do that in a way that continues their success. We can't make it extremely expensive to make that transition. So our goal is to partner along the way to develop those solutions that help our customers succeed, but at the same time provide a cleaner and cleaner world that will benefit all of us. So the journey will take some time. We are working very aggressively on electrified drivetrains that we have had for quite some time now. Our first electric drive diesel driven machine was our D7E dozer in 2007. And we have evolved to now we have a fully battery operated underground mining loader available to underground mining customers. So it's an exciting journey and one we're really happy to be on with NMG.
Awesome. One of the other things, Karl, is the partner ecosystem. I advise and mentor a startup, and they started to work with an automotive major, and there were some announcements, and they were part of that entire partner ecosystem around AI in cars or AI in vehicles, and blockchain-based digital passports. So how is that central to Caterpillar? How do you leverage the partner ecosystem to accelerate innovation and digitalization?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of similar things in partnering with experts across the industry. There are really literally billions of dollars being spent in fields like electrification and autonomy globally for automotive purposes, commercial trucking purposes. And it would be silly for us to try to reinvent the wheel along the way. As you know, we've been in the forefront of autonomy for mining for many years, and we are now moving in helping our customers on the construction side in that space. So what we do is understand where we want to be the experts, where we want to differentiate, where we want to spend our intellectual capital and invest there, put our resources there, and where we know the expertise lies elsewhere and where it can supplement our capabilities, we partner. And it's a real exciting time and space for that, because so much is happening and so much is changing. And we need those partnerships to keep us abreast of the latest and greatest changes. So it can be complicated for sure, but that partner ecosystem is essential for us to stay ahead of our competitors as we serve our customers and make them successful.
Thank you. One last question, which I am very inquisitive of asking you. I heard your podcast, and I saw there was a 90-day rule. But I just wanted to expand that question a bit, Karl. 30 plus years in one organization, the youth of today wants to, move around, experience, bigger, better things as quickly as possible. And what's your advice to them? How do you actually thrive in an organization and continue to innovate? Please talk to us about it.
Sure. I've had a wonderful career at Caterpillar, and I think there are some keys to that, and I'll come back to the 90-day rule then at the end, perhaps. But I find that what brought me to Caterpillar initially was I really enjoyed mechanics and large machines, and really wanted to, that excited me to be involved with a company like Caterpillar. But what I found over time was what kept me at Caterpillar were two things. One was the customers that I met and I helped. At Caterpillar, our purpose statement is our solutions help our customers build a better world. And we truly feel that and believe that. I know hundreds and perhaps thousands of customers in my career, and I am very invested in their success and making them productive and safe with our equipment. And so that passion for a customer permeates Caterpillar. And we get up every day excited to do that. And if you find a job in a company that does that for you, then you will have a long and successful career. But more than that, because we're bound together by that passion, and because many of us have longevity in Caterpillar, we form a type of a family. And you also, as well as trying to make your customers successful, want your teammates to be successful. And we get up every day and go to work, sometimes from our homes now, to help each other and to play a part in that collaborative family. And that kind of brings me maybe to the leadership part of this. As I became a leader, because we are all focused on the same things, our job as leaders, and I call it servant leadership, is to help our employees be successful by removing obstacles, by giving them resources that they need. And that's the key to good leadership. And as I moved through my career, I started as a young supervising engineer, thinking I knew everything and just needed to tell my employees what to do. And I found, as I moved into different leadership positions, I found that they knew much more than I did about what needed done. And so that 90-day rule for me was listen for 90 days. You had to make some decisions, of course, in that time period, but within those 90 days, don't make any big changes and big decisions until you've listened and heard and learned from your team, your employees, and the customers in that space, and then make your choices and decisions on how you're going to make the business better. So I appreciate you asking that question.
Thank you, Karl, and that's our time. I really would like to thank you for a short, but hopefully next time when we speak, we'll have a longer time to dig into your vast experience. But thank you so much on behalf of NASSCOM and personally from me for coming over and spending time with us.
Thank you, Sandeep. I appreciate it.
Back to you, Justin.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you, Cindy and Karl. That was, like Sandeep said, short, but it was engaging and an insightful discussion.